Welcome back. This will be the last unit. This is 10.8, volumes of pyramids and cones. So we just did volumes of cylinders and prisms, and now we're going to get to pyramids and cones. So again, it's just more formulas. You guys are going to get really good at being able to figure out what each piece of all these different shapes are, and then plugging it into a formula and using order operations to solve. So to get started, volume of a pyramid or cone. Volume equals 1/3 the base times the height. So remember, in our pyramids, the base is going to be length times width. And if it's a regular polygon, that's going to be the same thing. But remember, with a cone, it's a circle. So that's going to be pi r squared is my base. Where again, is this would just be length times width. That's what b is. And then my height is just here and here. Okay. All right. So let's see if we can figure this out. All right, find the volume of a pyramid. So it says volume equals, again, 1/3 base times the height. So the base is length times width. So in this case, base is going to be 30 squared times the height, which is 17. When you plug that all in, you get 5,100. So the volume is going to be 5,100 cubic meters. Okay. So find the volume of this one. Again, volume equals 1/3 times the base times the height. So volume equals 1/3 of the base. Well, the base is length times width, which is 25 squared, times my height. It says right here is 15. So here's what it looks like to plug it into your calculator. In fact, I will. Okay. So 1/3, I'm going to put that in parentheses. So I'm going to go parentheses 1 divided by 3. So it looks like this. 1/3, and then 25 squared. So parentheses 25 squared, with the squared inside the parentheses. 1/3, 25 squared, times the height, which again, I'm just going to use parentheses, which is 15. So it looks like that. I hit enter and I get 3,125. In this case, it's yards cubed. Okay. Find the volume of a cone. So radius in this case, if this whole thing is 9.5, that means my radius is going to be 4.75. So I need to find the area of the base first. Remember, area of the base for a circle is pi r squared. So area equals 4.25. Oops. Equals pi times 4.75 squared. So I plug this in, I go 1/3 times pi times 4.75 squared times 15. And again, if you plug it in exactly like that into your calculator, remember the pi button is located right here. So I go, when I plug it all in, I get 354, roughly. So the volume of the cone is about 354 cubic feet. So let's do an example like that. Again, volume equals 1/3 area of the base times the height. Remember, this is area of base. In this case, it's a circle. Area of a circle equals pi r squared. Well, what's r? Well, if the diameter is 6.5, this whole thing is 6.5. The radius is half of that, so 3.25. So when I plug this in, I get 1/3 times my base, which is pi r squared. So I take pi times r squared, which is 3.25 squared, times the height, which in this case is 9. And again, if I plug it in exactly like that into my calculator. So it looks like, again, I'm going to use parentheses first. So I go parenthesis 1 divided by 3. Parentheses 1 divided by 3. Close parenthesis. And then I go pi. And parenthesis again. 3.25 close parenthesis. Or 3.25 squared, sorry. Oh. Yeah, 3.25 squared close parenthesis times 9 times 9. I plug all that in. Oops. Plug all that in. And I get roughly 100. So equals roughly 100. All right. Let's do one last one like this. 1/3 area of the base. Remember, base is length times width. So in this case, that's 2.75 squared times the height, which is 2.25. You plug all that in, you get 5.7. So it's 5.7 cubic inches. And that concludes 10.8, which also concludes all of chapter 10. So get ready for the review. And if you have any questions about any of this, again, please don't hesitate to reach out and ask. Thanks guys for all your hard work. I appreciate you. Keep it up.